Okay. There
Hi.
you are.
Hi everyone. Sarah here from the Paper Cut, if I get the name right. Anyways, let me go and check and make sure that we have sound and video. Okay, hang on. I should have been on here already. Okay. Getting there. Oh, there. Yes. Well, okay. I can see me. Yay. Okay, let's go. Okay. All right. And I can hear me. So for my Facebook post earlier, I meant to type TGIF dot 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 or TGIT. And that it wasn't a typo, but it really was a typo because I typed THIT. So, and then I corrected it, or I thought I corrected it, but I really only corrected it on Instagram. I didn't correct it on Facebook. So, TH, instead of thank God it's Friday, it's thank heavens it's Friday. Or it's Thursday. Because that's what today is Thursday. Oh man, it's been like a week or two. So, and it's cold here. I don't know what it is where everybody else. My mom was telling me that it was 21 degrees, but I swear with the wind chill today, it feels like it's like minus 21 degrees. I could not believe it. My garbage can, I came home, was like 2 doors down. And I don't know which garbage can was mine. So I took one that was one way and one that was the other and call it a day. So somebody's going to come home and their garbage can might be like 5 houses down because people took ones that were closest to their house. And I could be guilty of that too. Anyways, but mine was 2 doors down, so it's not like it was totally close. So
it was empty by the time
it was empty, yes.
The
no, there weren't any diapers all over the street. Had it blown over, though, before it was empty, that would have been a mess. So, because yes, I've had the grandbabies on and off for the last, well, what is today? Today's Thursday for 8 days. So let's go to, today we're doing Folio Cards, which are discontinued, but they've been on sale for like ever. So you might have them, and somebody asked if I could show what to do with them. So that's what we're doing. Folio Cards and circle layers. And what else was I going to say? Oh, in February, there isn't a Crafter's Classroom because technically it was like February 1st, but for me it was February 2nd. But I am going to do a Fun Time Thursday, and I'm going to do 2 Fun Time Thursdays in a row because it's our birthday month. So we're 29 years, which is a long time. And I'll tell you, when we started this business, I did not think, I didn't know that I was going to be like going into retirement doing this. So kind of surprised by that, but it's been fun. It's been a journey, and here we are every Thursday night. So let's go down to the table now.
All right. Well, overhead. Okay.
There we go.
Oh my God.
So
Kennewick, Washington, the wind was, oh no, that's not right.
So this stamp, I don't know if anybody has, so the folio card, this is the folio card, and this is like the last one in the house because they got used up, and it's unusual that there's like an even number to go into a package. So when I said I would do it, I was like, oh yeah, I can do that. And I went back to the shelf, and A, all of the packages are gone, and B, there's no loose ones. So I actually had to ask Brian if he had like, this is like his press one, you know, that tells you what size to run it on. And so anyways, I'm lucky to get one. But this stamp, like this was like one of the stamps that like fits the folio card. So this one, and I had to dig it out of my stamp room, is from Too Much Fun Rubber Stamps, which they're still in business. I don't know if they still sell these half circle type stamps or not, but you know, those fit on the folio cards. So if they sell them, it's Too Much Fun Rubber Stamps, but these aren't ancient. So anyways, and then we have our circle layers. So our circle layers fit like right on there. So you have to trim them a little bit less than half. And it also depends on whether it's a scallop layer or not, because the scallop layer is 4.5 because of the scallops. It goes a little bit past, and the straight edge circles are 4.38, which is 4 3/8. So the straight ones fit a little bit better than the scallops, because you can see with the scallop, it kind of goes right out to the edge right there, where it doesn't, you know, if I take this all the way up, then it kind of goes off. So they fit, they just don't fit as well as the straight circles. Or your other options are, like if you want to cut a pattern paper, the biggest one of our stitched ones is that 4 3/8, which is die 174. Speaking of dies, the dies are on sale through this weekend. With our birthday month, I am going to do a special each week. This week's special is 35% off of dies. You do have to use the coupon code, which is DIES, DIES 35. Maybe my mom will type that in.
Yes.
For 35% off, and that's through Saturday. Not all of the dies. There's a few dies that aren't on there. Like if we were low on them, like one of these 2 sets we were low on, and so I couldn't leave it up on the sale page because I probably would have oversold it. And oh man, there's a lot to talk about this week. The company that we actually get the dies from, I just found out, abruptly closed. So technically I probably shouldn't be having any of our dies on sale, but there are some that have a big amount of inventory. But there's a few dies, not many. I had to take off like 10. I had to take 10 dies off just because the inventory was really low. And even before I found out that they closed, I didn't want to oversell them. So anyways, there's our circle sets that would be perfect for cutting circles to fit on there also. But little hint, the circle products will probably be on sale. Not will probably be. They will be on sale one of these weeks during our sale, or during our birthday month. So anyways, also there's this Brass and Bliss set, which I just got, and it's always fun to play with new stuff. So I'm going to die cut one of these later, which these are kind of fun because they have, you know, instead of just a stitch around it, they have the little hash dot, hash dot, hash dot. So that's fun little addition to a circle. So let's go on to these. So you can cut them in half, like you can just cut them in half. This dimension is 2 1/4. So you need your half circle about 2 1/8. So if you're just cutting it on your regular trimmer, you know, you probably, I'm going to just guess at where my 2 1/8 is, knowing that this line is my 2 and this line is my 1/4. I'm just going to line that up about at 2 1/8. But I also have a fun die that's also new that I'm going to show you. And then you can cut your layers to layer on there. So pretty slick, you know, because these are going to be on sale. And if you have the folio cards that were already on sale, then you're all set to do layering on there. But let's go to another new die that I received from Brass and Bliss, which I thought was super fun. These, it took me a bit to figure out kind of how they worked. So you get, when you cut one, I just took it off the paper and it just flung up to the camera. So anyways, I'm going to grab a piece of scratch paper from behind me because we know that I have them. And I'm just going to cut a little strip because I don't want to cut the whole thing. a lot of border dies, including mine, you only cut one side. This one, if you want to make a piece that has that decal edge dash border, you know, if you have a piece of paper double your size, you can run it through and you're going to get two of them. So it cuts basically on both sides of the die. Instead of like my border dies, you're just cutting one side, which is convenient for some applications, and this will be convenient for some applications also. So you have, you know, you're doing one cut to get your two layers. Like if you wanted it, you're getting double the layers. So like if I wanted to do one and it was just this big, you know, with a regular die, you could just set it on there and cut it. If you cut your paper twice the size and lay it right down the middle, then you have two of them at once, which I thought was pretty slick. I thought that was a pretty good idea. So with this one, I did play with this afternoon. And this one has little scallops on it and then little stitches. And if you lay this one right in the middle of your circle, then I'm going to get both halves of my circle. And I was kind of like, how am I going to do that so I know that it's straight? You know, because you can have it on there kind of off to one side or kittywampus or whatever. So I was thinking, how can I do that where it's going to be straight? Well, I was thinking I could put it on my cutter or a mat that has, you know, lines on it. And I need it to be, this is 4 3/8. So I need it to be at 2, like the middle of it, which has the little notches, which is very convenient. So I need those little notches at 2 3/16. And I know this is my 2 line. And I'm just going to kind of guess here that that's about 3/16. But if I line that up, you know, with the straight edge of my trimmer, or if you have a board that has measurements, then I know that I have it straight on there. I'm going to get another piece of removable tape. But yeah, it's pretty slick that the little notches are on there, because then you can line those notches up with any measuring tool that you have. So now if we put that through, I'm behind you. And now when we pull that apart, we get 1/2 circle for one side. The middle section just comes off, and then we have the other 1/2 circle. So we're going to take our circle and we're going to cut it into 2 pieces, and then those 2 pieces are going to fit on our folio card. So I am going to stamp these in a bit. I was off by a hair, but that's okay. So, and then with the scallop one, it's a little bit different because it's, I mean, it's the same, but it's different. But it's 4 1/2, so you have to, this one ends up being a little bit big. So I could do one side and then the other. Like this one I could actually cut twice, I think. I don't know, I haven't done this one. I'm a little afraid.
Oh. No, not afraid.
Well, I'm on camera. Trying something on camera, like I've never done that before.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, we're going to try it anyways, and we're going to see what happens. I think it's going to cut one side bigger than the other. Actually, I know it's going to cut one side bigger than the other. So there's our little scallopy. And yeah, the other side I know is bigger. Yep. So to correct that, we can actually just recut it again, or cut it one more time. And I think it will work. And I'm just kind of using my trimmer as my guide for laying down my die so it's straight. Now if you have patterned paper that I'm going to stamp this, but if you have patterned paper that you want to use, you're going to use either the Brass and Bliss dies, or which are a little bit smaller than my largest one, or die 174 is the one that is the exact same size as the straight edge circle. But yeah, so that worked pretty slick. So yeah, I really like that, those little scallopies in the middle, and then it cuts both sides. And then there's one with just dots, and there's one with just stitches, and there's the deco one too. So I thought that was a pretty cute little die set. All right.
Fun.
Yeah. I thought that was kind of fun. So first, I'm going to put this out of the way. Not doing baby tonight. What I thought I would do is I thought I would stamp on these. And so stamping on the brown, I was kind of looking for my white. My white wasn't great. And then I pulled out a couple of my Encore pads, which this is the brand that I like, my gold and silver. And I don't like, I've used this champagne. This is actually champagne. It's got a gold top on it. I don't know why. I've used that one a lot. So I'm not going to use that one tonight. But I haven't used my pink a lot. It looks like brand new. Now I did pull out, this is what I pulled out and I thought I could use. I don't know if anybody has these. I've had them forever. Color Box Mica Magic. These didn't work very good. So I don't know if you have them in your stash, but it's almost like they were dry because I tried stamping them and it was brand new when I opened it. So ink pads will dry out even if they're brand new, depending on how old they are. Now these are probably whenever the Mica Magic came out, which is probably, I don't know, 10 or 15 years ago. Anyways, they're really old.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, so I just had to like pitch those. But my Encore, I've probably had that around the same amount of time too, and it is still juicy.
What die set was that, Sarah?
This one?
That die set from Brass and Bliss?
Yep, it's Classic Edge Cute Dies.
Okay, thanks.
5807 is the number. So anyways, I took one of the stamp sets that we had on sale, this one, this Doodle Love, and I just pulled a few of the little doodly things off of there. Now I don't think that stamp set is on our website anymore. It was just part of a class kit. So if you do want Doodle, what is it called? Doodle Love for $4, just comment and my mom will write your name down. So anyways, this is the pink Encore. And it's not like in your face pink, it's more of a lighter pink, and especially on this brown, because I'm using Hot Fudge. And now I have to be careful because this is pigment ink, so if I rub it, it is going to smooge. So I'm going to set it aside to dry actually. If I wasn't setting it aside, I could either emboss it or I could heat it to dry it. And I was going for, so I'm doing kind of Valentine-y love colors, but I wasn't going for in your face. That's why I'm using pink and brown. And the other reason is I only had a cream folio card. That's a good reason too. So I'm just kind of making my own little background paper, and I just took a few of the doodlies on that stamp set and I put them on a block just randomly. And yes, I'm making my own little background paper. which in the old days, not in the old days, but in the beginning, that sounds better than old days. In the beginning, that's what you did. It was stamping. Now there's so much die cutting and everything else, which is also nice. But in the beginning, this is what we did. We did all the stamping. I'm going to set that one aside. And then since I used brown as a layer, I also want to use brown on my little half circles. So off of that same stamp set, I pulled some of the words off of there. Now I'm using one of the little cubes. Now when you're doing, okay, before I do that, before I get too into that, when you have a new clear set, especially if it's something that is more solid, it might not stamp the best the first few times. When in the beginning, I don't want to say in the old days because they're not the old
Horse
days.
and buggy days.
Yeah. In the beginning, when you had a red rubber stamp, you would have to stamp it a few times, and that was called seasoning it. So with the clear stamps, there's like residue from the manufacturing process. So you need to get that off. So you take just a plain, usually a red rubber eraser, but I couldn't find one. And you drag that over the top, and that kind of helps get any residue off of there. You'll also notice that they're kind of sticky in the beginning too. It's because there's that residue on there. So you might have to do that the first few times, but that will help so your inks, especially your dye-based inks, don't bead up on there. Because you may stamp it the first time and you're like, man, this stamps like crap. So, I mean, just being blatantly honest. But it may be because that you just need to season it kind of the same way you did your red rubber, where you stamped it on and off, on and off, on and off until you got it seasoned. This is taking a red rubber eraser and getting some of the residual from the manufacturing process off of it.
Sarah, do you remember what year it was when you began stamping?
Yes.
Can you tell us?
Yes.
Is it a secret?
No, it's not a secret.
In the beginning.
In the beginning. It was 1995, because we started business in 1996.
You started stamping in 1995?
Well, what year are we in? We're in 25?
Yeah, we're in 25.
Yeah, and we started the business in February of 26,
Okay.
which would be 30 years next year. We're doing mental math here, people.
Yeah. Burning brain cells.
Yeah, burning brain cells. Anyways, so I don't know the exact date, but I went to a DOTS party,
Yeah.
dozens of, and it might have been in 94 that I started stamping, and I would stamp cards and sell them at craft shows along with my paper twist angels and my sister-in-law's sweatshirts and stuff like that. We did the whole craft market or
I remember a
craft
party.
show.
I remember a party at your house one time. Was that the stamping?
That was Pampered Chef.
Hmm?
That might have been Pampered Chef.
Oh, maybe it was. Maybe it was.
Yeah. So anyways, okay.
Okay, well, I only asked that question because Linda Beyer was asking that question.
Yep, for sure 1995. It might have been 1994 because business started in February of 96.
Wow.
In the old days.
Yeah. Hey, Dad, you see that skid of paper over there?
Yeah.
Could I have that skid of paper? Yeah, you can have it, Sarah. What do you want it for?
I'm crooked. Oh well. I don't care that I'm crooked. I'm not going to worry about being crooked. Have I ever worried about being crooked before?
Never.
Not usually.
Wendy Little started about then, too.
Mm-hmm. So, Yeah, mine started with a dots party. Wendy, how did yours start?
You sure didn't think when you went to that dots party that you were even going to open a business, did you?
Nope.
So what encouraged you to open that business?
Because the demonstrators, dots was new. So the demonstrators knew that my husband worked for a printer, which was my parents, and had access to some paper. And so we would score the cards and sell them to them. And then one of the demonstrators, Annette, who I'm still friends with, opened a store, and she said, "Can you get white linen, cream linen, and glossy paper?"
Oh, sure, I can get all that.
Well, I don't know. Let's find out if we can.
Yeah. My dad will fix anything.
So yeah, we started selling to that store, and then we just started calling around to stores, because there were a lot of stores in the Wisconsin. And I actually told them, "Oh, I'm coming your way with other deliveries. Would you like to order?" Or could I stop in and show you what we have? So that's how. We started making trips across the state, peddling our stuff, and then we started going to shows. Oh, I did that one crooked too. Well, darn. But do I normally care? I normally don't care, but I might turn that one over and try it on the other side.
Wendy Little started with a Stamping Up party, and Marion Phillips too.
See, Stamping Up, it took a little longer for Stamping Up to, dots turned into close to my heart. And it took a little bit longer for Stamping Up to come to our area. Oh, Lori got her. Yes, we have all of the comment sold orders were shipped. Now, we started shipping them on Monday. Monday I was supposed to be here all day, but at 6 a.m. I received a call, and I knew that it might have been coming, that Oliver was sick again. So I ended up coming in here for a couple hours, checking orders, and then getting Oliver, who has another ear infection, by the way. But he's better now.
Tubes next week.
Anyways, so I didn't get as many orders checked on Monday as I thought. But we did get some out. The ones that I checked, Brian got out. And then I was able to get almost all of them double checked on Tuesday. And then again, I had grandbabies on Wednesday. And then the last 3 orders, I think, went out today.
Emily Henry said that's where I met Sarah.
At a show?
Must have been. Went to a show and saw the stamps for cards, and I was hooked. That's where I met Sarah.
Oh, nice.
That's a nice memory.
Yeah. Emily, which show? Was it, because I think you're in Florida. So in Florida, there was one on Clearwater Beach. I think that was the first one that we went to down in Florida. Okay, so we have our little background, and the little cubes that I'm using are the cubes that we have in like the cube bundle. Now the cube bundle changed over the weeks. It started out as a 48 count for $24. Then it went to a 30 count for $15, so 50 cents a cube. Then now it's a 27 count, but you get 2 re-inkers. For pine and plum. And I think it's still the same $15. And that's still on our sale page.
Lori Lee said she started in 1994. She went to a dots party with her daughter, who was 1 week old.
1 week old?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, okay, so let's
Lori
go.
Malik met you at an expo, Milwaukee or Schaumburg.
Okay, yep, Schaumburg. Okay, so I'm going to turn this over, ignore the little notes that are on there, and we're going to put one on each side. Now this is the back. So like if I was actually using this card for something because it has writing on the back, I'm going to just mount that on a square piece of cardstock to coordinate, because these are going to fold in. So that's why I'm putting it on this side.
Sarah, did you do shows in Cincinnati?
Yes. Oh, yes, Cincinnati all the
Okay,
time.
so that's Emily Henry was in
Oh,
Cincinnati
in Cincinnati.
at the time.
Okay.
She wasn't sure where she met you, but
Yep, Cincinnati. Yep. That's one of the bigger stamp shows. Now, I'll let you guys all in on something. I will be at some stamp shows this year with Brass and Bliss. Cincinnati being one of them. And teaching some in-person classes.
nice.
So, Cincinnati, Akron, West Springfield. I think those are the ones that are scheduled so far. So yes, not, and there will be like a bigger paper cut booth there as part of Brass and Bliss. So
and Peggy
now these,
Spaghetti.
I'm gonna just heat these really quick so I don't smooch them.
In August, Sarah? You mean in August?
August is in Cincinnati,
Cincinnati.
which is Sharonville.
All right.
I will be there.
Stephanie was asking. So Stephanie, are you going to be there?
Akron is the last week in April.
Schaumburg?
We haven't discussed Schaumburg yet, but since that's close, like last year I did go to Schaumburg and just hang out. So I will probably be in Schaumburg too, but that hasn't been totally set.
Stephanie said she went to Cincinnati shows for a long time and loved taking your classes there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, thank you.
I wish I would have known, like, you by name there. Stephanie Hoffman, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Because there's another Stephanie that is in Cincinnati
All right.
with her mom.
Barbara R. met
Yep,
you
right.
at Great Lakes Mega Meet in 2018.
Okay, nice. Oh, well, I would say that we're going to be at Great Lakes, but they were full, so we didn't get in. But we're on the wait list.
And Cindy Nelson said she saw that you're going to be in Akron. She hopes to meet you.
Yep, I'll be there.
Yay.
Just booked a flight.
So you can't see some of these comments because I'm looking on YouTube and seeing them.
Yeah, and I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm concentrating on stamping. So I haven't been, sometimes I look at the comments more, but this time I haven't been looking at them. Because I haven't done a folio card in a super long time. Now, I could have stamped this one, you know, one up and one down, but I didn't. And you can do it where they I don't know what that's called, interlock? Is that the word, interlock? So it folds like that. Or you can fold two sides in and then the other two sides in. So let's look for a second because we have to find something for the front. So if you interlock them, you don't have to. You could just interlock them. But I want to find a circle thing to go on the front. And I don't know which way I'm going to do this yet. I have not decided. Okay, and I need cream because I have a cream card base, obviously. And I was going to try and use some of that color too. So let's see what we can do. Okay. So I've got the bigger, this ink pad actually looks red, but it's called Ruby and it actually stamps pink. And then I found another stamp set up front, that's that one. Now I think I have 2 or 3 of these stamp sets if anybody likes this one. I was looking at, I don't know if I want to use the word love or if I want to use one of the hearts. I did put this heart on there. So I might do 2 and then just decide which one I like. Now these are some of our other, well, we have them out. So that's our 4 3/8 inch layer. This is a 3 1/4. And then there's also a 4-inch circle that's back there. Okay, so those are the 3 sizes of straight edge circles. And then there's the scallop circle, you know, that I showed you earlier that's slightly bigger. Then there's the circle card that they fit on. And a scallop card. Do I have a scallop? Yeah. Then there's the scallop card too. So we don't have the circle layers just for circle layers. They actually layer on the scored cards. So this is the 4-inch one. Otherwise, if you want to see more of your background, there's the smaller one. Okay, anyways, enough of that. Let's see what we can find for
Stephanie said your classes were so popular and you used to give help whenever it was needed. And you had the cutest cards.
Oh, thank you.
Stephanie Huffman.
I feel sometimes when I taught, like at the bigger classes at Stamp Away, there were 36 people, and usually I was by myself until the last few years. I feel like sometimes I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off. And I also feel like through this virtual, I have learned to teach better. So I hope that through doing virtual, now I'm a better in-person teacher because of it.
I think so. It's amazing how you grow. We all grow.
Well, and part of it too, if you've taken my classes in Cincinnati or anywhere else, it used to be where everything was stamped. So in the class, all of the stamping was done in the class. But now that virtual is happening, now some of the stamping is done for you. So that helps with the in-person classes too. So, okay, now we're going to cut this out because we're going to see the effect that this little die has on there. Okay, so hang on. Now, of the one stamp set, this one I think I have very limited of. This one I have a lot of. So if you tell my mom that you want one of this Doodle Love, you'll get that one for sure. Only the first, I think, 3 people are going to get this one that's called Hearts on Fire.
Okay, Bobby Kendall wants both, so
Okay.
I got that written down, Bobby.
So this is...
Tracy, it's Thursday and you forgot. Well, Sarah forgot some things too.
like how to spell. No.
Thank
Heavens.
Thank heaven it's Thursday.
Yeah. So now I am going to be, well, pending we're supposed to have a snowstorm. Okay, so we're supposed to have a snowstorm on Saturday, but that's the day that I was planning on coming in and working on my classes because I really have to get them done so they can go out. I do want to do one more circle behind this. So hang on a second, I'm going to find out which circle fits behind that. Maybe I want to do a circle. Yeah, I do want to do a circle behind it, but I just don't know what color. So hang on a second. I might do this pink. Okay. As you can see, I didn't plan way ahead for this.
Well, 5 minutes is way ahead.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm winging it. You guys know that. Last minute? Who said I'm last minute?
Nobody. It's always fun to see how your creative juices work, Sarah.
Yeah. Sometimes they work better than others. Actually, usually when I'm on camera, that comes pretty fast. If I come on Saturday, I'll probably be standing in front of my stamps and this table all day long and get 2 cards done.
Virginia Hebert said she used colored thread in the little dots.
Oh, that's a very fun idea.
Yes.
I figured if you layer it, you can see that color underneath there.
Sarah, have you ever
And that might
talked
be
about
kind of
how
fun.
you started your business? Tracy wants to know that. Tracy
Oh,
Zayans.
yes, we, well, I mentioned earlier, I don't know if you were on for that, where I went to a party, and then the demonstrators, we started selling to the demonstrators just scrap paper, and then one of them opened a store, and she then asked us specifically if we could get certain kinds of paper. So then through my dad's printing company, that's where we started ordering cartons of paper, actually storing them in our garage or our house after it was all pre-cut, and moved from, you know, the garage into the house and then into my grandfather's office building, which was like 1,200 square feet, right?
Yeah,
It was small.
Mm-hmm. Up and you were down, right?
We were down, yeah.
Yes, he had an upstairs.
And then we moved into a 3,000 square foot building, and then we moved into the building that we're in right now, which is, we occupy like 9,000 square feet. So hang on, I want to try one other thing on here, because
Stephanie says it's much easier now because we get to replay.
Yes, with that's kind of the beauty of the virtual,
Yes.
is that you can replay me.
Play it again, right?
Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to cut this out really quick because I want to pop this up. Why, you ask? I don't know. I just think it needs something. But yeah, with virtual comes some of the stuff being pre-done. And so then it makes in-person classes flow a little bit better. And I've also, because I've been teaching so much, like when I went to shows, I taught the same class throughout the whole year. So I didn't design a whole lot of cards, you know, just the ones for the classes, and then I just repeated them, rinse and repeat. But with doing it virtual every week with you all, A, I'm creating on the fly every week, and B, I'm doing classes twice a month.
Mm-hmm.
So I've made more cards in the last 4 years than probably in the 20 years before that.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Because I would do cards for new products and then cards for the classes and then be done. I mean, not be done, but it's just... And some of the products, I'm using them more than I ever used to use them too, because you'd move on to new products. And here, like this product is super old, and somebody said, can you make something with it? And I'm like, absolutely I can. Okay.
Have to dust off the rusty memory, huh?
Yeah.
We haven't done it for a while.
Yeah, like magic cards. Those were super old. Did them, you know, in the beginning, and then didn't do them for years, and now I do them every few months. And those I could do in my sleep.
Nice.
So I think I'm going to pop all of this stuff up. So yeah, started selling to just one store in the area, and then got on the phone and just called stores throughout Wisconsin and said, or Northern Illinois, and said, we're coming your way, can we stop in? So actually did like in-person stuff. I always called though first. I hate it when salespeople walk through my door.
Gosh, me too.
I mean, that is one of my biggest pet peeves, you know, that somebody comes through and wants to talk to you. It's like, no.
Did you have an appointment? I am a very busy woman. Yeah.
It's just irritating for me. I just wish they'd call or email.
Oh, they would do that in our restaurant, and guess when they would come? At
Lunchtime.
Yeah. Do you see what's going on here? Would you like to sit down and order some lunch, and then we can talk about it around 3 o'clock when I'm a little slower?
Okay. I mean, I think I would like some crystal lacquer on this middle heart just for funsies.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that would be fun, yeah.
So now I'm deciding whether I want my pink up or my brown up. I think my pink. So yeah, now I'm just going to attach it to one side.
Tracy said, okay, so your dad had a printing business and
Yep.
you have created cards and kits. That's so cool.
Yep.
I love the magic card, and I still have the kit I ordered from you and need to make it. And need to make it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, if you need a video, I'm sure there's one, like if you need a refresher. So if you put this in an envelope, it's going to stay fairly flat. Although I kind of like Virginia's idea about feeding thread through there, so you could probably feed, something in and underneath and out, to tie it up, even like a bow right here.
Yeah.
So it's not going to stay down for my...
So Sarah also helped out in our bed and breakfast when we had our bed and breakfast.
Yep.
I call her and say, can you come?
Yep, I would help clean and make beds and
Yeah.
do them up. And so anyways, so that... Oh, and I said to my mom, I said, oh, I'm really tired. It's going to be short tonight. Well, it's not.
Yeah, it's not.
So, anyways, hopefully if you have some folio cards, now you're like, oh, I think I can do something with that. So, that's what I'm here for, to help hopefully inspire you. So, anyways, is there a store that I can come browse your products? There, we do not have a storefront, unfortunately. And I wouldn't say that there's a store that carries like a ton of our products either. Like there's stores, there's not that many stores left, but the stores that are left, they carry, a smattering of this or what they demo or, yeah.
What stores in Northern Illinois did you deal with? Do you remember? Lori Malik is asking.
Oh, well, there was, I don't remember the names of them.
You could use a Velcro dot to close
Yes,
it.
you could use a Velcro dot.
Yes.
There is a store called Pearl Street Stamping that's in Illinois. Now, I don't know where they are in Illinois, and they order very regularly, and they switch up their stuff. So, like right now, they have dies on their order, and they'll order pumpkin Z-fold cards during that time of the year, or they'll, they order holographic if they've seen me demo it recently.
They are in Tremont, Illinois, wherever that is.
Yeah, I don't know where Tremont is. And then Creative Cards and Crafts, that's a store in Illinois. And I'm not sure where they are, but they used to bring a bus trip up to our warehouse sale. Oh, and look at the pink matches my nails. Yay.
Yes. Creative Cards and Crafts is they are in Villa Park, Illinois.
Yep, that's it. There used to be one in a mall. I can't remember the name of it. That was one of...
Archivers?
Well, we did sell to Archivers.
Thank you, Brian. Your catalogs are great. Do you have catalogs?
We don't have catalogs anymore. We used to have catalogs, and then we used to do supplements too, but...
Thank you. Is your dad's name Jim? No, it's not. Jim is a relative, though. Jim Bogenschutz.
Okay, I'm not sure who that is.
Well, we have a couple of Jim Bogenschutzes. Jim Bogenschutz lived in Seymour, I think. That's Lolly and Cal's son.
Uh-huh.
Or maybe, no, it's not Mary. It's Lolly and Cal's son.
Anyway.
Lee, where are you from?
Anyways, so watch for email every week this month with specials. Now, this one you have to use a sale code because it's for dies only. But like one of the next one or two will probably be just things on the sale page. So I'll do an email every week, which is more than what you normally get from me. So, but just watch for those. And then hopefully your next email will also have class samples and then class links for the 2 Fun Time Thursdays that are going to be at the end of this month.
So Brian Urban, who works for Sarah, also used to work for Sarah's dad. Yeah.
Yep.
Right. That's where he got his.
Oh, Lori's from Freedom.
Freedom, yeah. Freedom, yes.
Larry Bogenschutz taught us geometry in high school. Oh, that was in probably a different state, though.
In Iowa?
Remember?
Or Ohio.
Ohio, yeah.
Ohio. There's a big Bogenschutz clan in Ohio.
Oh,
but
interesting.
That Larry Bogenschutz is not Sarah's dad.
Yeah.
Not Larry Bogenschutz.
Yep.
Although his name was Larry. We mostly called him Bogey.
Yeah. Because Bogenschutz is too long. So, anyways, thanks for joining us tonight, guys. Hope you like the folio card and hope you get those out that maybe you bought on sale and you make some now. So, we'll see you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.